Yep, in a world where tattoos are everywhere, on celebrities, baristas, CEOs, and your cousin who got a dragon at 19, choosing not to get one is actually a pretty interesting psychological choice. And no, it doesn't automatically mean someone is boring, scared, or too traditional. In fact, sometimes it means the opposite. Let's talk about the psychology of people who choose not to have tattoos. And trust me, some of this might surprise you. Think about this for a second. Tattoos are permanent, like really permanent. Breakups heal, hair grows back, even bad fashion phases fade away. But tattoos, they stick around longer than most relationships. So one big psychological trait many non-tattooed people share is a strong awareness of long-term consequences. These are often the future-focused thinkers, the kind of people who read reviews before buying a toaster, the kind who say, "I'll sleep on it," and actually mean it. Their brain constantly whispers, "Will I still like this when I'm 70?" And when the answer feels uncertain, they choose to skip it entirely. That doesn't mean they're indecisive, it means they're selective. Another big factor? Comfort with their current identity. A lot of people get tattoos to mark change, a new chapter, a heartbreak, a personal victory. But some people feel like they don't need a permanent symbol to validate who they are. They already feel enough as they are. It's like decorating a house. Some people love filling every wall with art. Others prefer clean, open space. Same house, different taste. People without tattoos often see their body as something neutral. Not a canvas that needs a message, but something that already works just fine without one. They don't feel incomplete without ink, and psychologically, that shows a quiet self-acceptance. Now here's a fun one, control. Many non-tattooed people value flexibility. They like the idea that they can reinvent themselves without carrying visual reminders of past versions. Today you're into minimalism, tomorrow you're into vintage leather jackets. Next year? Who knows? A tattoo locks a moment in time, and some personalities just don't like being locked into anything. Not a job title, not a hairstyle, not a quote in cursive that felt deep at 2 a.m. They want options, and yes, sometimes it's about independence. Believe it or not, choosing not to get a tattoo can actually be an act of rebellion. When everyone around you is saying, "You should totally get one," refusing can feel like saying, "I decide what I do with my body." That's a strong internal compass. These are people who don't always follow trends just because they're popular. They're fine being slightly out of sync with the crowd, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly doing their own thing. Let's add a little humor here. You know that friend who takes 45 minutes to choose a Netflix show because they're afraid of committing to the wrong one? Yeah, that friend is definitely not getting a tattoo anytime soon. But there's also an emotional side. Some people attach very deep meaning to personal experiences, so deep that they don't want to simplify them into a symbol. For them, a memory lives in their mind, not on their skin. Turning it into a tattoo can feel almost like shrinking it. Others just don't like needles. Let's be honest, psychology aside, fear is fear. And that's valid. Not everyone wants to pay money to be stabbed repeatedly while pretending it's kind of relaxing. Another interesting point, people without tattoos often get judged as being safe or predictable. But that's not always true. Many are emotionally complex, thoughtful, and quietly intense. They just express themselves in ways that aren't immediately visible. Think of it like this. Some people speak loudly through visuals. Others speak softly through actions. And here's the twist. Many people without tattoos love tattoos. On other people, they admire the art. They appreciate the stories. They just don't want one permanently attached to themselves. It's like loving concerts but not wanting to be a musician. So next time you meet someone without tattoos, don't assume they're boring, conservative, or scared. They might just be someone who thinks deeply, values flexibility, trusts their inner identity, or simply likes their skin the way it is. And honestly, in a world full of permanent marks, choosing to stay blank can be its own kind of statement. Sometimes saying nothing says everything.